What is going on, guys? NiftyBacon here, and we're going to be doing our second full flight in a Boeing 787-10 Dreamliner. So it's going to be out of one of the other 10 handcrafted airports. It's Cape Town, South Africa, which is on the very southern tip of Africa. So we're going to be flying out of Cape Town, South Africa, and our destination where we're going to be landing is going to be in Madrid, Spain, and that's going to be the Barajas airport. And here we are in the cockpit. I got a flashlight because it's pretty dark in here this morning at 6:30 in the morning. But we're going to need to get the battery turned on here so we have some power for our Boeing 787. And it's pretty much the same startup as the 747 because they're pretty much close to the same plane. Little differences here, though. So we're going to contact ground services here with the Cape Town Ground 121. And we're going to go ahead and get our baggage service going, I think, first.
Cape Town Ground Boeing Alpha Sierra X-Ray 787, could you please send the baggage? Boeing Alpha Sierra X-Ray 787 baggage is on the way.
Alright, there we go. And we get our power supply as well. And we'll also connect the jetway. You can see the power truck is here and baggage.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-Ray 787, could you please connect the jetway to the aircraft?
Baggage is arriving here. And we got the jetway connecting.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-Ray 787, the jetway is going to be connected.
So we got our passengers getting onto the plane so they can make their trip to Spain. And got our luggage being loaded in. We got a power truck. And we're also going to get our catering truck, which actually in this plane, it's in the rear. So the catering is brought up in the rear, as you would say. Enter in the rear. Some businesses have those signs, which kind of makes me laugh sometimes. I know, I got a weird sense of humor. But on the 747, the catering truck is up front. On this 787, it's in the back side and the rear. And then got our luggage being loaded in kind of the same area. Power truck powering us up, just so that way we're not using our batteries since we're waiting to, you know, get out of here and whatnot. And we got our passengers loading up as well. This is definitely a lot of fun to do these full flights and the whole deal. It's almost like really actually transporting passengers. I am enjoying this game so far, and I'll have to look into like new skins for the planes and stuff like that. I haven't even bothered to look into that kind of stuff yet, so that's definitely what I should check into. And I'm probably going to do a few wing shots on this flight as well, since I do have those angles we can do and kind of see some flexion of the wings, which is pretty nice, and then kind of feel like you're a passenger on the plane. So we're going to get our, not need a fuel supply, but I'm just going to end the supply of power because we're good to go on that.
Cape Town Ground Boeing Alpha Sierra X-Ray 787, I am done with power.
So we're all pretty much loaded up here. We got our catering, got our baggage, got the power. We got plenty of fuel for our trip. It's only a 4-hour flight. And we're going to be departing out of the north. So just wanted to get that centered. Being meticulous, I guess. So we're going to head out of the north direction.
Ground Boeing Alpha Sierra X-Ray 787, ready to taxi north departure with Oscar.
And then we'll make our way to Spain. Yeah.
Boeing Alpha Sierra.
Oh. Okay. I didn't hear what they said for taxi, so let's try to get. Say again.
Cape Town Airport information. Papa 0 Cape Town ground Boeing 787. Say again, please.
Oh, we're gonna have to release the parking brake here. There we go. So we don't forget that this time.
X-ray 787 taxi to and hold short of runway 1 via taxiway Bravo. Contact tower on 118.1 when ready.
Well, that's pretty easy. Just taxiway B to runway 1. Very simple. Couldn't be any easier than that. Not like the last flight.
Short runway 1 using taxiway Bravo, Boeing 787.
Where we had to use like about 10 taxi numbers to get to the runway. So we're going to disconnect the jetway here. Now that our passengers are all loaded on, and we can get our pushback here shortly and make our way to the runway so we can take off.
Cape Town ground Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 787 requesting pushback. Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 787 pushback request accepted.
A little nicer angle of the plane here. So we're getting our pushback, and now that we took off the parking brake, it'll work a little better than the last flight we did. So starting off a little bit quicker and better than we did the first flight we did. So we're actually kind of getting pretty proficient with this as we do this.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 787 requesting pushback tug to steer the aircraft to the right.
And getting pretty good on the timing of the tug direction and stuff like that. So we're not going to end up all weird and goofy like last time. I'm just going to refer to the other flight like the whole video, pretty much. Yeah, just cause. And we'll stop. That should give us a nice straight angle.
Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 787 requesting the end of pushback.
There we go. Really nice. We're off by a little bit. We're not perfect, but so I'm going to have to figure out how to start. I know we're going to need the APU to start. That's the de-ice for the windshield. I'm not quite sure how to start, or at least start the engines on this one. And it's pretty dark in here, so it's hard to see, but definitely need to make sure these fuel pumps are on. Oh, so that's off, and then that would be on. So now the pumps are on. So I was thinking when they're lighted up that they were on, but now they're on. And the crossfeed's on. And then turn on the right center one and the left center. So we have all of our fuel pumps ready to go for it. Put the APU on and start. But I'm pretty sure I have to start the engines with the starters, so I'm not sure where they would be at. It's a little bit different setup than the 747, and we're not able to turn on the exterior power. It's not available, so which wasn't available in the 747. So I did notice there was a comment about that you needed to turn exterior power on, but it's only if you can, and it doesn't allow us to do it on this so far. Maybe that's when you start up the engines, but not really have to worry about that in the game. Probably in real life, obviously, it's going to be a little different, and you need to turn on the exterior power for the plane in real life, but a little bit differences in the flight simulator game as it goes. And I'm really having a hard time finding where exactly the engines are. It's very dark, and it's hard to read a lot of this with the angle I have. And I don't know why I'm flicking that. That's not going to do anything. Just messing with buttons until I figure, okay, this is a better angle, and I can actually see better. And there's probably somewhere in here there's got to be engines. Oh, there it is. It's right in front of my face. So you can start the engine right and left right there. Okay, now we can hit start for the APU. Now it's actually going to spin up the fans. All right, cool. So we figured it out, guys. I wasn't really sure. I just thought I'm just going to figure it out. Because how much harder could it be from the 747? Apparently pretty hard because it was right in front of my face. So here's the fan spinning up. Sound seems to be working pretty well on this video, so hopefully it doesn't mess with us like last time. And I'm just going to turn on the anti-ice in case we run into a storm, because Hurricane Laura, tropical storm and stuff, has been around. We're going to start the engines and get them running. And now you can actually hear them spooling up here and climbing, rotating. And it seems like the sound is getting a little messed up here. Hopefully it'll work with us. Getting a little bit of horrible flickering of the sound right now. So the engines are charging up. We can start making our way taxied to the runway here pretty soon. Alright, we're going. And the sound is pretty messed up right now, so I'm just going to cut that out. Alright, so I got the sound cut out there because it was just making a horrible noise, and that's going to get really annoying, especially if you have headphones on. So, once again, sound messed up on the, I don't know if it's the internet connection. I'll just have to figure out what the problem is with that, because that's really frustrating, and it just seems to happen every time I start up the engine, so that must be the reason. But it seems to work once I'm pretty much flying and all that at a certain point. So hopefully it'll start working here pretty soon. We're kind of booking it down the taxiway a little bit here. We got some good momentum going. Maybe gave it a little bit too much engines here. So we're just booking it down this taxiway. We're probably going to go a little wide with this turn, even though I'm hitting the brakes. It's not really slowing it down much. So we're just going to go into the dirt a little bit. And just a little bit off of the taxiway. Not so bad. Just going to dodge those little lights there and not knock them over. Just because we're that good. And then we'll make our way to the runway here and get straightened out. And I've got to work on my turning because this is just terrible. It's like I'm inching forward and everything. It doesn't help that I have them, like, the engine's up too high percentage wise, and so I have to use the brakes, and so then it's like stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. So we'll get that smoother eventually, I guess. So, like, let's at least get on the runway here so we can take off. Alright, we're going to stop, and then we're going to turn off the throttle here. And we can take off, or at least get clearance to take off, which we should have done before we got on the runway in the first place. And then we'll adjust our heading here, which looks like our heading's going to be about, what, 10, I guess? Because we're heading north. So like 360 to 10 would be about north. So we'll just have to go this direction because it'll be faster. Yeah, we'll go to about 11 degree or 10 degree heading, I guess. And then we're going to acknowledge our takeoff clearance. Yes, we did copy. And the sound will be back here in a couple minutes, guys. Sorry it keeps happening on these videos. It's frustrating to me as much as you guys. And here's the wing angle. And so we're just going to do a wing takeoff here. So here we go, guys. I'm going to start up the engines and get going. And the sound's still not working, of course. But we'll once we're sort of in the air here. And a nice little wing takeoff view of the plane. You're going to kind of see the flexion of the wings there. which is pretty cool. And there's Cape Town. Bye, guys. We're leaving Cape Town, South Africa, heading to Spain. All right, here we go, guys. We're lifting off pretty nicely here. This Dreamliner lifts off like it's nothing. It's pretty crazy. These engines are so nice. Pretty good lift off there. Really nice view of the wings there. So thank you, passengers, for being on the flight. We are lifted off. We are going to be making our destination to Madrid, Spain. It'll be about a 4-hour flight. We'll be getting in at about 10:40 a.m. depending on wind conditions and things like that. But we have clear skies ahead, so don't worry about any kind of turbulences or any problems like that. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. All right, guys, so we are heading to Madrid, Spain. Back in the cockpit here, just kind of getting the angle corrected. Getting in line to where we're going to be heading, and then we're just going to up the speed to about 340 knots here. Let me turn the sound back on. Alright, now the sound is working much better, and we got a stall going on here. I guess we're going too fast. Gaining too much altitude too quickly, so just adjusting the speed here to 340 knots. 42, I guess. And we're about an altitude of like 10,000 feet and pretty close to our line of heading here, so we're good to go there. Maybe adjust it a little bit. And we are on our way to Madrid, Spain, flying over Africa, heading north, and all that fun jazz, so pretty cool. Acknowledging our frequency change.
Cape Town Tower, Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 787 frequency change.
Alright, we're pretty much set up, guys, so we are going to be heading in this direction, as you can see. So we're flying over South Africa. Pretty nice view this morning. I think it's probably about close to 7 a.m. right now. Alright, passengers, we are at about 10,000 feet, heading at 340 knots per se, and we will make it to Madrid, Spain at about 10:40 a.m. So sit back, relax, enjoy your flight. The lunch will be served here shortly, or actually breakfast, sorry. It is morning. I've been flying for a while, so it will be breakfast for everyone, so enjoy your meals and enjoy your flight. Man, look at those views right there. Isn't that wonderful? We got the rise of the sun coming up over the horizon here this morning. Nice clear skies. No problem what's at all. Nice exterior of the plane with the sun rising over South Africa. And our 787 Dreamliner. Heading to Spain in this nice long direction right here. So pretty close to our heading or direction of flight here per se. So we don't have to be like dead on it. At least we're heading in the right direction. So we'll be flying right here across South Africa, up into kind of northern Africa, across the ocean, of course, and then be getting into Spain and then heading our way further north. Well, that's Spain there actually. So, and then we'll be flying into this airport right here, and it's not really showing the airport, so I'll probably show it to us when we get closer. That's pretty much the close-up of Spain. So that's where we're going to be flying into. when we get to that point. So I don't want to make the video too long, so I will be cutting the video short, and I will be back with you guys when we're at our landing. But I just wanted to show a nice morning view of the sun rising over South Africa, and just kind of the inside view of the plane. Now that there's more lighting, you can actually see what's going on here. And then the engines are on normal. They just automatically do that themselves. And then got the windshield de-icer, of course, and all these interesting buttons that I haven't really messed with. Most of them you don't really use. And then I have the wipers, which I guess they just work. You just can't really see them doing any action or anything like that, I guess. But that's your wipers on your 787 if you need that. Pretty cool view of the Africa continent here as we're flying over. And just turn off those wipers because you can't see them. So that's pretty cool, just seeing the coastline there. Nice clear skies. Morning view. Really nice. Alright, we are on our way to Spain, guys. Here we go. Another angle of the wing. Not really a whole lot of flexion going on with the wing right now, so there's not a whole lot of wind turbulence or anything like that. And it's a pretty cool shot of the big engine that's over here on this plane. Pretty cool that it has only 2 engines on this plane, and the huge wingspan that this has. Pretty cool design, I gotta say. Alright, so we are finally at our destination in Spain. I turned on some of the interior lights and things like that, so we're going to turn on our auto brakes to 3 just to assist us with stopping. We're going to lift up our brake lever here just to be prepared for our landing, and it's about 10:40 in the morning. Going to give it a little extra throttle here because we're a little bit too slow with our speed and descent, so we're going to need to get a little bit more distance before we hit this landing. As you can see, the runway is quite a distance from us. Whoa, alright. Sorry there, passengers. We got a little bit of turbulence there. We got the plane under control here. Don't worry about those warning signs right there. We're just hitting a little bit of crazy wind and turbulence here as we're coming into Spain. Nothing to worry about here. All good. Now we're nice and smooth. Sorry about the turbulence, folks. You can take off your seat belts if you choose, but we will be landing here shortly, so do make sure that you have your seat belts completely fastened and you're back in your seats here shortly, because we will be landing very, very soon. Those stewardesses, if we can make sure that people are in their seats with their seat belts on while we are about to land. Oh, nice flexion there in the wing. I can actually see the wings moving there. There's quite a bit of wind here. It's pretty cool. And Spain right below us here that we're flying over before we make our landing. Once again, passengers, make sure that you are sitting down, your tray table's up, and your seatbelts are on and fastened, because we are about to land here shortly in a couple of minutes. Nice exterior of the plane as we're coming in toward the runway. Looks like we're a little bit off on the angle. We'll just get that straightened out as we come in here. Some amazing flexion on these wings. They just go way up like that. They're not really straight out. They're more up in the air. That's a pretty cool design. Alright, so we're getting to pretty close to this runway here. We're at about, I think, about 800 feet from the runway, because the altitude's pretty high. Alright, passengers, we are about to land here shortly in a few minutes. Getting very close to the runway, about 500 feet here. Enjoy your view, and thank you for flying Boeing 747 out of Cape Town to Spain. enjoy your vacation or business or whatever you're doing here in Spain, and enjoy your vacation in Madrid if that's what you're doing. So, thank you for flying. All right, touchdown, brakes. Got our flaps up. All right, nice flexion in the wing there. All right, pretty nice stop there. Pretty cool flexion in the wings over there. Seems to have more flexion in the wing on this side of the plane, in this view, than the other side. So that was a nice little wing view landing there as we came in. And we got the flaps completely up now, as we're slowly making our way and taxiing to our gate. Once again, thank you passengers for flying Boeing 747 Dreamliner out of Cape Town into Spain. Please enjoy your stay in Madrid, Spain, and be careful out there, as 2020 has always been a lot of fun this year. And you're able to release your seat belts and move about the plane now that we're taxiing and making our way back to the gate. And shortly here in a few minutes, we'll be able to unload and allow passengers off the plane. So now you may turn on all tablets and cell phones if you choose. You can text your loved ones, make sure you make connections, and don't forget to get your baggage and all those things like that if you left baggage with us. Also, if any claims that you have for your baggage arise, definitely let your
123.0 for Boeing 787
stewardesses know ahead of time, just in case, so that way they can direct you to the right location.
X-ray 787 request taxi to the gate. Boeing Alpha Sierra X-ray 787 taxi to gate 501 using taxiway hotel X-ray Sierra Alpha Mike Delta Mike Bravo Bravo November November Golf Echo Alpha.
All right, we're gonna taxi to gate 501.
Using taxiway hotel X-ray Sierra Alpha Mike Delta Mike Bravo Bravo November November Golf Echo Alpha Boeing 787.
It's a long one. I like those long taxi ones. That's crazy. At least the sound works, so you gotta say it, and I didn't have to, so it's pretty nice. But it was a pretty good flight, and only took us about 4 hours. It's about 10:30, 10:40 a.m., more like 10:40, 10:50 a.m., landing in Madrid, Spain. So I hope you guys like the video. Definitely leave a like, definitely subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and get notified when my new videos are up. Videos are up midnight every day, but I will probably be maybe taking a few days off here and there, but I will definitely have videos during the week for you guys. And maybe do some random stuff, workout videos and things like that, since we are doing Road to 315, and just thought it would be a fun video series to do with that. And definitely keeps me motivated to continue to do it, and then it also kind of see like what issues I'm having with my lifting and stuff like that as well. So it's nice to be able to look back on that and see what mistakes I'm making, or why I hurt myself or injured my shoulder or anything like that because I tweaked it, or things like that, or if there's maybe a better way I can lift the weights and stuff like that. I like to critique and just get better at that. So this is a nice view of the airport in Madrid, Spain, from the outside exterior of the plane, and pretty much what it looks like in real life. So pretty awesome. Boy, that Neo looks really small next to this plane. That must not be an Airbus 320 though. We'll definitely need to do some flights with the Neo 320A, so that is for sure. And it seems like the sound's messing up a little bit more here, guys. So if you guys like the video, definitely leave a like, definitely subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell and get notified when my videos are up. See you guys in the next video.